तो चलिए शुरू करते हैं रिएक्ट बेस्ड एप्लीकेशन चैटबॉट और इंटीग्रेशन विद Dialogflow. So basically this is the major part where you integrate your Dialogflow chatbot. Let's get started quickly. Let me close all these windows. I'm actually working on some other projects for now. And let me open let's say a new folder. Okay, so what we are going to do here is basically open this. So let's get started. Open this folder. Couple of things which are required. जो हमने Node.js server में भी देखी थी. We need to have the Node.js. So let's quickly check whether we have the Node.js and which version I'm working right now. I'm working on 16.13. And also I need to check the npm version, so you can also check that. I'm using 8.1. okay, so what you need to do is you need to create a React based application. What is React? First of all, it's a JavaScript framework, synaptics and React. So yeah, what is React? Basically, if you want to check out React.js क्या है, तो in simple and short words, React.js is a JavaScript library for building user interfaces. In even more general and very simple words, whatever you see on the screen can be created using the React.js JavaScript library. It's a free open source library that can be used so that you can create some really nice, rich experienced UI. When we say UI, I mean front end. Whatever you see on the screen, that is front end. So for that we can use the React. React has a very so many definitions. So but I'm not going into that because I'm assuming that you already know how to and what is React and how to create a project in the React. If you don't know, you can go through the React.js documents, which I'll put the link in the description, and then you can get started. But here let's get quickly started. So अभी हम क्या करने वाले हैं? There's a command. I'm going to use a CRA. CRA means create React application. That is a command that can be used. So for that you need to do the npx create React app, and you have to give the name for the app. So here I'm going to name it as order boy. Abhi, if you can see on my screen, what I have done, I have created a React based application using CRA. Now once that is done, I have just done a cd to that folder, and then I have given a npm run to this particular application. When I do this, it runs the application onto a Chrome browser, which was open for me. So here you can see the localhost 3000, that application is being running. अभी क्या करना है? Quickly let's change couple of things in here. तो हम क्या करेंगे? मैं इसको I like to work with the ES6. So I'm gonna create it as an arrow function. Basically, I don't want all these things. I can remove these things. Maybe I will later on need a React component to be in here, so that we can do. And I'm gonna remove this, and I'm going to call it h1 for now, and order boy, so that we see that this is an order boy. Okay, that's what's happening here. So we are not using the CSS. I can remove this. We are not using test.js anywhere. I can remove this too. We are not using index.css. Let it be like this for now. ठीक है. तो अगर अभी हम देखेंगे कि क्या हो रहा है, तो you see we just have the order boy here. तो अभी क्या करते हैं, फटाफट से एक chat component बनाते हैं और front end create करते हैं इसका, and then later on we will do some of the other things. So in the SRC folder मैं एक component folder बना देता हूँ, components, और उसके अंदर let's create one another folder home page, और उसी के अंदर let's create another I'm gonna call it navigation, जो हम बनाएंगे, और इसी के अंदर I'm going to call home page chatbot, क्योंकि that is another component I need. ठीक है, अभी quickly create home.js file here, and maybe I would like to have a home.css, a very basic CSS will do. Similar things we will do with the navigation bar, because we need a navigation bar. So let's create one navigation bar here, navigation.js, and again the CSS for navigation. इसमें सास वगैरह भी यूज़ कर सकते हैं, CSS प्री प्रोसेसर्स वगैरह भी, that can also be used बट हम जस्ट फॉर लर्निंग पर्पस क्या कर रहे हैं, बेसिक HTML डिज़ाइन चाहिए, तो फॉर दैट पर्पस वी जस्ट गना यूज अ सिंपल CSS, नथिंग फैंसी, ठीक है। तो ये हो गया, होम हो गया। चैटबॉट के लिए भी लेट्स क्रिएट अ फाइल, मतलब बना के तो रख ही देते हैं, बाद में वी विल डू अदर थिंग्स इन दैट। तो chatbot.css, ठीक है। तो ये हमारा बेसिक तैयार हो गया है। अब मैंने कुछ एक्सटेंशंस डाउनलोड किए हुए हैं ES6 के फॉर React, सो दैट गिव्स मी अ गुड स्निपेट एंड गुड quick snippet to create the component, so I can quickly create a function component just like this, and then I can call this component here and it automatically imports that as well, and that's it. So if I go here and if I see what's happening here, you see I get my home, ठीक है। So that component is there now, ठीक है, fancy हो गया थोड़ा सा। अब क्या करते हैं, वी नीड द नेविगेशन एज वेल, जो हमें सबसे टॉप पे चाहिए। तो लेट्स क्रिएट द नेविगेशन। अगेन दिस इज एन एरो फंक्शन एंड आई नीड अ डेव हियर। सो बेसिकली व्हाट्स, सॉरी, तो ये क्या होने वाला है, मुझे एक नेव बार चाहिए यहाँ पे। तो लेट्स क्रिएट अ नेविगेशन बार। अब उसमें एक डेव चाहिए ऊपर जिसमें मेरा लोगो होगा। तो लेट्स कॉल इट A and let's provide an href. For now let's call it let's call it home, and we're gonna call it order body, order boy. Oh my god, I named it as order body. Let me change it. Let it be order body. अब सब जगह order body चल रहा है, तो let it be order body then. What can we do? ठीक है। तो ये हमने एक ये बना लिया। अब मुझे इसको कॉल करना है AppJS में, बिकॉज आई नीड द नेविगेशन ऑन टू द टॉप। सो लेट मी कॉल दैट हियर, और ये मेरा नेविगेशन है विच इज देयर, परफेक्ट, एंड आई वांट टू कॉल इट हियर, ठीक है। दैट्स रिक्वायर्ड एंड यू कैन सेव इट एंड यू हैव ऑर्डर बॉय हियर, ठीक है। अभी मैं बाकी सब बंद कर देता हूँ। लेट मी क्लोज ऑल अदर्स एंड वी विल जस्ट वर्क ऑन द नेविगेशन क्विकली। तो ये हो गया है। उसके अलावा आई हैव अनदर डिव जिसके अंदर आई हैव UL, मतलब अनऑर्डर्ड लिस्ट है। उसके अंदर आई हैव एलाइज। maybe I can just simply call it here so that it could be actually good, and I can remove this and you can place it here. So that's what's gonna be. और इसमें मैंने एक A दे दिया which is having the href to hash for now and it says home. Okay. Now let's quickly create couple of other and we'll call it orders. We call it concept. We'll put some about that. Yeah, let's not call it about. और इसमें हम डाल देंगे contactors. ठीक है. अब if you'll save it and you'll see that we have things available here. Now what we need to do, we need to put some CSS as well. So let's do a CSS here. Let's call it. Let's provide a class name here. So quickly provide a class name and we're gonna call it as navbar. Okay. So that's the class name. If we have CSS here, let's use this and we are going to provide a padding and 2 rem. And we can also provide some margin which is basically 0 and 20 rem from the left and the right side. Okay. And yeah, we need to import this as well. So let's quickly import. So the import कर देते हैं navigation.css. So वो class name की वो उस पर property लगेगी. अभी it's way too much. So what we can do instead of this, we can make it 10 and this is fine. I needed this. ठीक. अभी ये हो गया है. Now it has a div. ठीक है. तो maybe what can I do? I can remove this padding. ठीक है. ये padding मैंने हटा दिया है. मैं padding लगा देता हूँ इस वाले div पे only. So what you need to do, you can create a class name and nav body. You can call it. I'm gonna call it nav body. Since we're not using preprocessor, so I have to go with this only. तो इसको मैंने padding दे दी कि सब तरफ से इसके पास 2 rem की padding है. तो it has a nice 2 rem padding from all the places. ठीक है. अभी next thing is that we need to put things in line. तो if I do this, that display block sorry, let's go with the display inline. What happens that, okay, I'm not gonna focus on CSS way too much, but just to make sure that you are able to understand what we are doing, मैं इसका यहाँ से डिस्प्ले इनले की जगह इसको ब्लॉक अगर कर देता हूँ, इनलाइन ब्लॉक, तो क्या होता है, बेसिकली दिस कम्स इनटू अ पर्टिकुलर लाइन, पर वो यूएल अभी भी उसमें लाइन में नहीं है. आई वांटेड दीज टू इन द सेम लाइन, क्योंकि दीज टू आर दिस एंड दिस डिव, आई वांट दीज टू डिव्स इन द सेम लाइन, ठीक है, ताकि वो एक सीधी लाइन में आ सके. So in order to do that, what we need to do is, there are a couple of things that you can do. अब अगर इसको मैं ब्लॉक करके देता हूँ तो भी नहीं होगा, अगर मैं इसको इनलाइन ब्लॉक कर देता हूँ या सिर्फ इनलाइन कर देता हूँ तो भी नहीं होगा, इनलाइन ब्लॉक कर देता हूँ तो भी नहीं होगा. So that is, what is that one thing that we need to do in order to do this in that order? So simplest thing that you can do is to put it as a flex. Once you put it as a flex, it comes in a line, and then you have different properties that can be utilized. So let's say you want to put these things, so at the end of each दोनों के side में you want to put it. So what I can do, I can specify the justify content space between. So when you see this comes here and this goes here, and almost that is what we wanted for this basic thing. Now abhi what else you want to do is to align the items in the center. So let's align the items in the center. So this and this line is in the center. Now what's gonna happen is, it is taking the whole space, whatever this has actually. If you will see, this is coming in the between of this. So this is the space. Why? Because we have not specified the width of this. So the content width it's taking as it is. And because of that, based on that height, it is taking the center of that. But we don't want to do this. What we need to do is, in order to make it, we want to make it, what is this? Div है ना? Div के अंदर भी nav भी नहीं, तो UL. This UL we want to make this UL as inline. Let's make it as inline to display. If it goes and call it inline block, inline flex, inline grid. So you see that we have different options here. But again, how about we just can simply put it as flex? That's what we wanted. And then let's call it this list style none, because we don't want these dots and all. So let's call list style 1. Text decoration also we don't want. So let's remove the text decoration as well. Let's call it as none. अच्छा, ये तो LI में डालना पड़ेगा. But yeah, these two styles we need, display text and the list style. That we need to put for the this UL. So what you can do, we can directly select the UL. So what I'm going to do, I'm select the nav and then the UL, and then I'm going to put it as display inline की जगह I'm going to say display flex. Now you see, and list style none. So now if you will see, we already have those things available, and if I reload this, you see this looks fine. ठीक है. अभी next thing is that we need to provide some space to the allies as well. So nav में जो UL है, उसमें जो ally है, उनको थोड़ा space देना है, margin left. So what we can do, we can say कि हम इसके ally के सारे childs जो हैं, except last child को छोड़ के we need to provide a certain margin towards the right side. तो क्या करेंगे, margin right कर दिया मैंने, और 4 rem का मैंने margin दे दिया हर किसी को. तो if you will see now, this looks pretty much good. ठीक है. अभी उसका list का text का decoration भी अगर मुझे हटाना है तो text decoration हटा देते हैं. Oh sorry, that comes under the A. तो ठीक है, तो वो भी कर देते हैं. तो copy this and we're gonna put like this, all things we don't need now. Put this like this and you remove this. Sorry. And yeah. So you see, everything is gone. Maybe if I just need to access one, I want to remove it from everywhere. So order by is here, orders, and we have routers and contact us and everything at this place. So this is quick navigation. If you want to provide some background to it, definitely you can provide some background. Maybe I want to give a background color as maybe I remember as some nice color. Let's make some water. Let's define a color. तो क्या करते हैं, अभी मैंने इसको रेड दे दिया ताकि मुझे कलर पैलेट मिल जाए। ठीक है, अब मुझे कलर पैलेट मिल गया तो आई कैन डिसाइड सम कलर। सो व्हाट आई एम गोना डू, आई एम गोना डिसाइड सम नाइस different kind of color, which is this kind of color। ठीक है, अभी मुझे पूरे में कलर चाहिए था तो अच्छा मैंने मार्जिन दे दिया है, तो वो मार्जिन अगर मैं नहीं देता हूँ तो यू सी लाइक दिस। अब वो मार्जिन मैं इसमें दे देता हूँ कि मार्जिन 0 होना चाहिए और 10 REM का दोनों तरफ से मार्जिन दे दिया मैंने, तो ठीक है। एंड दिस इज द बैकग्राउंड कलर, मे बी इट डजंट लुक गुड दैट वे। So let's provide some gray kind of। ठीक है, अभी इसमें और क्या बच गया, कलर्स हम दे सकते हैं इसको। लेट्स प्रोवाइड सम कलर। तो ए को हमने कलर दे दिया कि यू वांट टू मेक इट एज वाइट, तो वाइट आ रहा है। तो अगर ये वाइट है तो वी कैन मेक इट लिटिल मच मोर डार्कर सो दैट लुक्स गुड। ठीक है, तो हमारा अभी नेविगेशन हो गया रेडी, है ना। अब navigation is ready, so now what we need to do, maybe if you want to call some other properties on hover or something, so you can definitely go and provide that thing. What you need to do is that you want to change the color to something else। gray में कौन सा color दिखेगा, maybe you can say कि you go for the red one। अगर मैं hover करता हूँ तो you can see that we are getting this। ठीक है, और ए का font size भी maybe we can provide some font size to this। What we're gonna call it as 1.4 REM। How about that? ठीक है, तो it looks little bigger। तो अभी ठीक है, मुझे यही चाहिए था, तो ये ठीक है। बस ये रेड कलर थोड़ा अच्छा नहीं लग रहा, तो let's make it brown black। तो ब्लैक कलर कर देते हैं। This looks good। तो ये हो गया, तो हमारा नेविगेशन बार हो गया रेडी।